Many came from the inner city, refugees from neighborhoods in the Bronx, Brooklyn, and South Jamaica. Neighborhoods they saw changing and dangerous to live in. These people saved their money and made their escape to what they called the last frontier in New York City, to Rosedale, to what they hoped would be a safe and quiet life. In the early 1970s, a few middle-class black families with very much the same idea in mind began to move to Rosedale, too. The whites saw their coming as a threat, the forerunner of more blacks bringing crime, blight, and poor services they had witnessed in other neighborhoods in the city. And the peace of Rosedale was shattered. In 1971, a score of men and teenage boys using axes and picks nearly destroyed a house reportedly bought by a black man married to a white woman. 200 residents stood by and watched. Since then, more than 10 acts of violence have been aimed at the few blacks living in Rosedale. The tension escalated with the coming of the Spencers. In the summer of '74, Tony and Glenda Spencer bought this 7-room house on 136th Avenue. They came to New York from the West Indies after living in London. Spencer, a photo engraver in Manhattan, said they just wanted a good place to live. But some whites suspected them of blockbusting, of trying to force lower property values on Rosedale homes so other blacks could afford to buy here. Before the Spencers moved in, their house was set on fire with gasoline. They moved anyway. On New Year's Eve day a year ago, while the Spencers and their son slept, a pipe bomb exploded on the porch and smashed through the windows of the house. Police said the bomb was intended to wipe out the family. Attached to the bomb was a note that read, "Nigger be warned. We have time. We will get your firstborn first." It was signed, "Viva Boston, KKK."
Down with the Nazis! Down with the Nazis! Down with Hitler, brother!
We decided that we would come down here and do whatever we could to help the Spencer family, to help any family that wants to move into a neighborhood and something goes wrong. Somebody comes, bombs their home, burns them, tells them to go back to Africa or some other slur, right? We are outraged by this.
This is something that someone dreamed up that we have to mingle. I don't really think that that's life. I think we have basic differences. Our lifestyles are entirely different. If I don't feel that I want to mingle with blacks, there's no law in the world that can make me. And this is the issue here.
Mike Biggio, unemployed accountant, bought his house in Rosedale for his mother, now deceased. Biggio is one of 2 men charged with bombing the Spencer home. They were acquitted.
They're afraid of losing everything that they've worked for.
Why should they lose it? Because a black family moves in? That they should be afraid of losing everything they worked for? How would they lose it? How would they lose it? You tell me, how would they lose that?
They'd say to you, there's going to be crime here.
We've got crime by the firebombing and the pipe bombing that was projected by the whites on a black family. So there's crime right here. There's crime in all neighborhoods, so we're not going to bring any more crime.
They'd say our property values are going to go down.
It certainly hasn't, and it certainly does not go down.
They'd say my daughter is going to be mugged in school. My wife is going to be raped by a black person.
Vice
That's
versa.
going on before we got here.
That could easily happen to anybody, blacks or whites. I mean, nobody wants this for themselves, whether it's a white family wants their children to be raped, black families wants their kids. Who wants that?
Both sides in Rosedale are frustrated because they believe the scales are tipped against them. Friends of the Spencers point out that the 2 men indicted for the bombing were acquitted by an all-white jury. The frustrations compound, the tragedies add up, and confrontation spills beyond the ability of people to communicate. It spills into the darkest passions, it spills into the streets, and more frightening than all, it spills into the next generation.
They shouldn't be here. People know that white and black people are never going to get along, so they should just stay apart, you know? Common sense. They just shouldn't try and get together because they just don't like each other, and they never will. It's the truth.
What do you think of black people?
I don't like them.
Why?
I really don't. Because I just think that they're always looking out to make trouble. They never want to be friends. It's the truth, man. They never want to be friends. If they see you on the block, if they see you walking down the block, they won't turn around and say, "Hey, you know, how are you?" and stuff. They turn, "Hey, Honky, what's the matter with you, man? You got an ugly head."
Every time a group of blacks get together, they want to help Rosedale with their problems. We don't need any outsiders helping us with our problems. We've been doing good enough for all these years we've been here, and we'll keep doing good enough. And we'll stay white, period.
White on!
White on! White on! This is the thing, white on, everybody. Just like the other just like our other slogan, black is beautiful, but white is out of sight. That's all we got to say. They had right on, we got white on.
Now we say we are white, and we are proud of being white.
Hey, look. Let me tell you something. We all came into this country in plain English on the heels of our ass. The white ethnic American, that's Italians, that's Irish, that's Germans, that's Jews. Everybody that came into this country came in with nothing. And we got something. Nobody ever did me any favors. Nobody gave me anything. Anything I got, I worked for. These people want anything and they don't want to work for anything. This is what they want. They come up from the South, they go on welfare. They come from Puerto Rico, they go on welfare. We're sick of paying for these people.
Go home where they came from.
Professional blockbusters, that's what they are.
I hate niggers.
Coming back on slow.
Let's get back to Mama. Turn around, Yum. Don't come back. Don't come back. Don't come back. There's a new boy corner with
We were riding down this block, and these white people start saying, "Get out of here, niggas. You know, get out of my neighborhood. Don't come to this neighborhood." And then they start hitting on her.
Throwing rocks and everything else.
Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood.
We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody.
We had a nice
We saw a
time
parade. We
down
saw
there.
a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. I mean, we didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me, but this little boy, short boy about my size, or little short, had picked up a rock, and he was in the front of all these tall honkies. But he threw the rock. He tried to hit my sister, but he almost hit me about that much away from me. And I was sure which he had. He hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right dead in his face. They always say niggas are doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? Every time the white people come down the block, we don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them. We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in a white neighborhood, they just push us out.
Yeah. Everybody with us, they said we're nothing, you know, they were a piece of dirt, dogs. I mean, that's the way you treat an animal. I mean, God, we're human beings. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. Black, white, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person. That's just wrong.
I hate their goddamn guts.
You don't hate them. I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kids' fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel and everything else. I think it's just the system. I don't know. I can't say that I hate them because I don't hate anybody.
Do you forgive them?
No. No. Can't take back no hurt. But they gonna always do that. They always spit on us like we some dogs. They always gonna spit back on them. Ain't nothing gonna change.